because I just got this in the mail from my arcade. It's the Atari Gamestation Pro, and I'm gonna get out of the box. And they also sent me, a Tetris Pocket Player. I'm gonna review both these systems separately. But anyway, thank you, my arcade, for sending me this, and I'm going to unbox it and do a review on it. I've got this out of the cardboard box here. It says my arcade, do Atari, Missile Command, Centipede, Pong, Breakout, 200 plus video games. Atari can do 2600, 5200, 7800, and Atari arcade games. Can do 2 wireless joysticks included, game save options, paddle controls on the joysticks, and of course plugs into your TV by HDMI. And let's see what this thing looks like. Alright, here's the system, and your manual. Right, I guess the manual. Wait a minute. Let's see. Plastic cover here. Everything nice and sealed in plastic. Let's see. Here's your HDMI cable. And probably got the charging cable in there. We'll see. Here is the My Arcade Atari joystick. It's got home, select, start. Got 3 buttons on this thing: the A, B button on the stick, and a C trigger button. And it's one thing I really like is this thing's got paddle control. I like these ridges on the front. Here's the power button. This thing can be you can put batteries in it, or you can plug it in by USB-C. It has wireless capability, and I'll show you what this thing looks like with lights. These will actually light up. These this ring around it with an LED light, and these buttons on the console have lighted rings on them. Got a big power button here, home button, and the Atari console. Here's the size of it. It's got a nice compact size, but it really has a nice heavy weight to it. Looks like it's good quality. Here's your USB-C controller ports. On this side, let's pull it around here. Sorry. HDMI output, USB-C. Here's your SD card slot. You can put, you can load all kinds of games on it, just like a Retro Pi or like that. But anyway, the expansion on this system is really good, and I'm going to show you what this thing looks like. I'm going to put batteries in it and hook up to the TV. Alright, I've got the system hooked up to my TV here. Let's power this unit up. Oh, those LED lights. I should have done this in a dark room. Okay, I wanted to get a look at what the controllers and the console itself, the LED lights. I mean, it's really cool the way they designed this. And you can adjust the lighting to do different settings and stuff. You can have it. You see how it kind of spins around the LED lights, and it gives it just a touch of feel of a gaming computer, instead of just having plain controllers and console. I mean, they could have done like that, but this LED lights, it really gives it a gaming console feel there, and I think my arcade did a really good job on this. Oops. Here we go. I really like how that startup screen had like 80s TV, and then goes into my arcade, then you get into the startup screen. I really like this this arcade background and stuff, and you gotta give it a feel of like a video arcade. Arcade machines and people out there playing their video games, and got air hockey table, pinball machines, and it really gives a good touch and making it feel more like an arcade. And I think in my arcade, I think they really did a good job of trying to give it as much as possible that arcade feel. Another thing I wanted to show real quick is this is the screensaver for my arcade. If you do the console on it, does this goes into the screensaver. Here's the arcade, bigger picture. You've got like 80s picture of an arcade at sunset again. Anyway, I like my arcade really did a good job on these pictures. Okay, I just want to look at the home screen here. You have the Atari games, get your bonus games, and it comes with a variety of bonus games. Plus, you can also put an SD card in this thing. I want to look at the settings here. You can do aspect ratio. Didn't mean to do that. This controller's a little sensitive here. Your aspect ratio, you can do the full screen, where it would take up your full TV screen, or you can do the original, which these games are originally meant for an old CRT TV, and you can keep them in their original aspect ratio. Now, or you can do the full screen. The full screen does stretch the image a little bit. The full screen's got to look a little different. It's still playable, but I mean, you do have the option of doing either way. I'm glad my arcade did that. You also have this bezel art. You can do the games here at where you just have the game and it's square on the TV with no border. You can have the CRT TV and it'll give it the look of a retro TV here, which is cool. I mean, if you're really going for the retro look, or you can have an 80s style synthwave, which is, you know, I like that one too. But anyway, my arcade gives you a lot of options here, and then you have the scan lines. You can do those on or off. Scan lines. But Atari did their original with 2600. They did it where it would draw every other line on a TV line of resolution, and now with digital TVs, it's all digital pixels. So you know, they made it where it's upscaled to high definition, so it looks real good in high definition. But if you want the authentic look, then you would put the scale lines on, and it would look like it originally did on the on a CRT TV. And you know, again, you know, if you're going for a retro look, you know, an authentic retro look, I want to kind of go. Another thing I want to go over is this controller here. It's got quite a few options on it. You've got the A button, which is the original 2600 controller came with only one button, so you know, it's got that position positioned accordingly. It's got a B button on the top of the joystick. Usually that's a back button, and then you can tell what they did. You know, and then the C button is a trigger button, and you've got your start, select, home, and you know, which is a good way to navigate the menu. You've got your USB-C charger port. Then you've got the menu where you can go into the settings menu, and it also controls the LCD functions. Like I mentioned, this controller can do multiple things with the lights. I think it can do where it can blink. It can do different colors, different color patterns. I'll have to kind of play with it. Like I said, I've just gotten this system, so I'm still kind of working on all what this thing can do. But I just kind of want to go over settings menu and the controller and stuff. And here's you can register for updates here by scanning this QR code or going to myarcadegaming.com. And I really appreciate My Arcade for sending me this console. Huge shout out to them. Okay, I just want to look at the home screen here. You have the Atari games, get your bonus games, and it comes with a variety of bonus games. Plus, you can also put an SD card in this thing. I want to go a little more into the games menu here with just kind of an overview of the different systems it can do. Here's the 2600 games, 3D tic-tac-toe, Asteroids, Adventure, Atari Rubik's Cube, basketball, bowling, and there's a huge menu of Atari 2600 games. It does include the 5200 games, and back in the day when the 5200 came out, these were a lot closer to the arcade versions than the 2600 games were. So this was a real step up at the time. Got the Atari 7800 games, and those were even bigger step up. Anyway, it's got a bunch of those. Atari arcade games, I really like the fact that it has the arcade games. It's kind of like having an arcade machine built into your system. Paddle games, the controller does have this paddle that can, and that's some of the Atari 2600 had a paddle controller that was separate, and you could, it allowed you to use games. It has a spinning wheel. This one has a spinning wheel built in, which is really nice, and I tested it out. It really works good. But anyway, you can do paddle games where you can do Avalanche Night Driver. I played Night Driver last night. It was the Video Olympics. That was a real popular game. It has a bunch of different Pong variation games. Each one of these graphics shows you what it goes with arcade, 7800, 2600, and let's see what these games look like. When you select one of these games, you get the game here. You get tell you the Asteroids released in 1981 because the Atari 2600 either play with either 1 or 2 players. Get the original box art, a preview of the game, and the controls, the different variations, and it gives you kind of a little manual on each game, which I think is cool. And down here you can go to choose games. There's different game variations on each Atari game. Page down, you can do start game for A, back. You can do the music on and off, and for the purpose of this video, I've got the music on, but you can also select that off if you don't like the music. Alright. Anyway, guys, I really do like this system. I've got the controllers hooked up by USB-C cables right now. I didn't want to have to put the batteries in them. I want to go ahead and do the video, but you can take these away and use them wirelessly. You can put batteries in them, or you can use the USB-C cables. Now, let's see. Let me turn off this music here. So, you can also add a variety of other controllers and USB-C controllers. I've heard from other YouTubers that the Xbox controllers work really good with this. So I mean, if you don't like these controllers and you'd like to use something else, you can. Different controllers have different compatibility on this, so you can kind of see what you like better. But these are really good controllers. They're lightweight, but they have a good response and good quality feel. So I mean, they're not bad controllers at all. My Arcade did a really good job in doing the system. I like the controllers. I like these LED lighting. Give a good modern gaming setup to an older generation of console. Kind of did a good job of bringing this into the 21st century. And I like the selection of games it has on it, and I really like the fact that it has SD card slot for lots of expandability of games, and they're also going to come up with new firmware updates on the system. So they'll be Arcade will be updating the system. So I really encourage you guys, if you're wanting to play some retro games, even if you're not into Atari, it's a great system to check out because it can do a variety of games. And you can get it from My Arcade directly or from other retailers. It's usually going to cost around $100. My Arcade sent this to me as a promotional deal, but I really appreciate that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to check the system out and do a review on it at My Arcade. And hope you like this video, guys. And tell me what you'd like me to review next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.